We are in a situation where this boat was just on Lake Mitchell. It's an infested water body with zebra mussels. They had residual water in their lower unit, but they did not drain because they didn't lower their lower unit when they left the water body. We are going to lower the motor, lower the lower unit down, and we're going to put these motor muffs over the intake port on the motor. You want to make sure that it's completely covering the intake and this unit is lowered all the way down. Once this is lowered and you have that on, this attaches to your pressure washer gun. You pull the actual gun attachment off of it, and so you just have the trigger and this is attached into the front of the trigger hand. Once you have that attached, you are going to start your decon unit, get it up to temperature. You can take your temperature gun right here, and you should be able to see that water temperature with the water flushing out the side of the ear muff or the motor muffs. Once you get up to temperature, you're going to either have the watercraft owner start the motor, or if they're comfortable with you starting their motor, the motor is going to be started, and you'll wait for that water to go out your bleeder valve here. Once that comes out, you're going to take your temperature gun and record that temperature. Once it gets up to roughly 140 degrees, you want that running for 10 seconds, and that should kill all villagers that would be in the water inside your motor. Once you have that at 140 degrees for 10 seconds, you're going to turn down the temperature on your decon unit to run cool water. You're going to kill the motor, and then you're going to kill the decon unit, because you never want to have the motor running when the water is not running. Once the motor's off, the decon unit's off, you can come over here and grab the muffs off here, but remember to cool that water down first. So another safety step that we want to make sure that we're doing when doing a motor flush. Once that's done, they're easily pulled off. Raise your lower unit and either have the watercraft owner mount it back on, or if he's comfortable or she's comfortable with you doing it, then you can secure it back to its pre-existing state before you touched it. Let them know that you did a motor flush. You should be AIS free now. Thank you for stopping. Have a great day. Give them their app card just to give them that added information about what you just did that day and what to look for next time, so they remember to lower their lower unit. Bob came into your inspection site and you did your inspection. You opened up his live well, and there is a limit of walleyes and it's full of water and you're swimming happy and free. At this point, you would alert the boat owner, the watercraft owner, that they did not remove their plug out of their live well. And since if they're coming from an infested water body, let's say like Mitchell or the Missouri River, that you are going to have to conduct a low pressure decontamination unit for staining water inside their live well. This is going to be for 2 minutes at 120 degrees. So you can allow the boat owner to put those fish in a bucket, or put them somewhere else while you're doing the decon. They can always go back in there after it's deconned and there's no more water in there. And then it's up to them if they want to put ice in there or throw them in a cooler or what have you. But your job is to get this disinfected. If they're coming off of a non-infested water body, all you need to do is make sure that it is dry. Pulling that plug, making sure it's completely drained. And if you need to, sponge it out, and they're good to go. You don't have to do a standing water decon. But if they're coming from an infested water body, you attach this low pressure attachment, and that pressure should be about the equivalent of a garden hose. You're going to fill this up at 120 degrees and let it stand for 2 minutes, and then you drain it. Make sure it's dry. Let them know that that it's complete. You did a standing water decon in their live well, and they're free to go. And just remember next time to always pull all their plugs, including their live well, when exiting a water body, and they will be in compliance and they'll be good to go. This is a fake-lake attachment. This is used in a situation where this is a ballast boat. They have ballast tanks on board, and you need to fill those ballast tanks up, and the only way to get at them is with this fake-lake attachment. You're going to crawl underneath the boat, and you are going to attach this to their through-hull fitting underneath their boat, making sure that it's free of any obstructions. Once it's secure, you're going to adjust the length of the wand so it's got pressure against the ground, which just adds to the suction of the fake-lake. Once you have it attached and it's on your gun handle, you're going to get a safe distance away, and you're going to have your other inspectors start the decon unit. For this is 120 degrees for 5 minutes. So you're going to fill up the ballast tank, cut out for 5 minutes, and then you're going to have them, or if they're comfortable with you, to run their ballast pump and remove all that water once you're finished. The one thing you need to make sure though is that their intake rate is equivalent to our decon units. Our decon units only pump 5 gallons per minute. Some boats can take in water at 7 gallons per minute. If it's not pulling enough water in, it could burn up their pump and cause issues. So you want to make sure that you know that these are equivalent. If they're not, then we're going to have to try to assess the ballast tank from the interior compartment on the inside and try to fill it up from there. Once you are done filling up the tank, you are going to run cool water, pull the attachment. You're going to have them run their bilge or their ballast water out. Let them know going forward that, hey, with a ballast tank, you got to make sure that you're removing all that water when exiting a water body at all times. You can never move lake water, river water, stream water. If you didn't bring it in, don't bring it out. And that, with ballast tanks, they come at a very high risk to the amount of water that they can hold. So just everyone needs to do their part on staying clean, drain, dry to help prevent any further spread of AIS. And thank them for allowing them to do what you did with your inspection station or with your inspection process, and then they're on their way. Should be a very low incident rate that you're having to do this, but 2 key things: 2 points of contact, the plunger on the intake port, the wand. You can loosen it up by twisting it and extend it out, and once you have it firmly pressed against the ground, you tighten that back up so it stays at length. Step away from the fake-lake attachment, start your decon unit, get it up to pressure, fill up your ballast tank, wait 5 minutes. Once it's done, run cool water through your fake-lake attachment, kill the motor, remove the fake-lake attachment, pump out the water, and then you're done. This is going to be the most complex decon outside of a full decontamination when you have viable mussels on the actual watercraft itself. And then you're having to spray down the entire exterior hull. You're doing a motor flush. If you have a ballast tank, you're also having to do that. So this is the most steps you have to take with an inspection outside of a full decontamination. Most people won't see this all summer, but everyone should know the steps to conduct. The other situation is if they mounted this awkwardly and their trailer is preventing you from getting a full suction on that, you're never going to be able to pull that water into their bilge at the rate that it needs to be. So if you get a bunch of water spraying out the sides, we're not going to be able to conduct that through this method. You're going to have to go from the top. So in the situation here, we have a very flat surface. we're good to go. But if there's a ridge there, or if the trailer bunks are blocking that entire fitting, then we're gonna have to go from above.